Hey everyone, welcome back. Bigelow Reviews here. I am Brent Bigelow, and I have a new review for you, and that is Steve Lacy's second studio album, Gemini Rights. Like I mentioned, this is Steve Lacy's second studio album and his follow-up to his debut album, Apollo 21, where Steve Lacy left the group The Internet, which was started by Sid the Kid of Future fame. So there's that weird, cool connection between Steve Lacy and Tyler the Creator. And Steve Lacy's made a few appearances on Tyler the Creator's projects and some of his music. One of the songs being 911 off of Flower Boy, a great album. If you've never listened to it, what the hell are you doing? But Steve Lacy's been making solo music since 2017, before his debut album. I love his music, I love the vibe, but Apollo 21 just wasn't as great as a lot of the fans were hoping it could have been. Yeah, sure, there's a couple good songs off of Apollo 21, like the song Playground, which is, I think, a great song. But knowing what this guy's able to do, especially with the large musical impact that he had with The Internet, and how much of a say he had in that group, we were expecting a little bit more from him from his solo career. That being said, it's been a while since he really released a full album. He released a little project back in 2020, and then before that it was 2019, so it's been a good 3 years without a full album from Steve Lacy. It feels like in those 3 years he actually had some rather decent growth. At age 24, you could tell that his retro indie funk and soul sound has been tweaked and perfected. Only at the age of 24, you could tell that his impact and his own style of sound is being perfected and tweaked throughout this album. When it comes to the production side with Apollo 21, I thought that album had some rather odd production choices, kind of doing a little too much reverb on some of the guitar parts and almost overdoing it on the production end. With this album, you could tell that he's holding back some compared to the last album that felt reliant on this type of effects. Even the writing on this album, there's some great songs on here just through a full song format style. I think the song Bad Habits, one of the best songs on this project personally. It's just a great song, man. It's so catchy. It goes through all these different phases and goes in and out of everything. It's a great track. And super earwormy, man. When you hear that song, I couldn't get it out of my head for a good week and a half. But the track itself is talking about not taking risks and being nervous about things, and also just the bad habits of biting his tongue when he should be talking or trying to chat up a girl or something. In the end, he didn't know that this girl actually liked him. He liked her, but he didn't know, open your mouth, man. Say something. Even the track Amber on this album is fantastic in my eyes. It has this Stevie Wonder quality to it. I just love how simple and just straightforward the song is as well. In an album like this, and when it comes to most R&B and soul music, less is better, less is more. And you could tell that he really leaned into it on this album. Definitely trying to do a little less than he was doing compared to his previous work. It just comes off more refined. It comes off more professional. It comes off more just centered and knowing what it wants to be, because I thought that this was a rather great project from him. The song Sunshine, which is a rather great song in here as well that I like, featuring Fushi, feels like an Internet track but without Sid the Kid swapped in for better lyrics and better vocal ability. The only problem I kind of have with this track, though, the vocals on her side of things sound a little brought back in the mix. I'd have liked that to be brought forward a little bit more, but still I think it's a rather decent track. Give You the World is a super ooey gooey finale for this album. It's an awesome song and an awesome way to end the project, and it absolutely deserved an ending like this. Super great finale. The first half of the album really isn't that great, though, in the full scheme of things. I prefer the second half a little bit more. Some of the better hits are on there. The track Mercury has this entrancing type sound to it that really sucks you in and you just really want to listen to it. But after a while, it kind of gets a little bit obnoxious and kind of boring. But even then, the whole track list on here is rather thin. Only has 35 minutes of songs. I would have liked it. Could have been a little bit longer, but hey, again, less is more, man. I really appreciate an album that's pretty solid all the way through, and I don't really see a bad song on here. But some things could have been just done up a little bit more. It's almost sometimes begging for a little something, maybe changing it up, different sounds or something. But I do like the idea that he is trying to bring back a little something and is less reliant on those effects like I mentioned earlier on in this review. But I really like this album, man. It's a pretty straightforward, just listen. I don't really have much to complain about. And even with me complaining, it's just kind of nitpicky. But yeah, the album really didn't wow me. It's a great listen all the way through. Don't hate it at all by any means. It's a rather enjoyable listen. It's a great thing to put on for an album like this is like straight up my alley. Like, I love music like this, and you can even tell that Steve Lacy on this project is pretty honed in his pocket and just doing his thing on this. But I like this album a lot. I give it a score of 82. But what do you think? Put your scores down in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video with all your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Biggie out.